Welcome to Grow Happy. Remember, our podcast is available in Italian, English, and Spanish. So, if you want to learn about positive psychology or improve your skills in one of these languages, we're happy to welcome you. Hi, Lily.
Hi, Fernando.
Before we start with today's theme, we'd like to add an important idea to the grounding topic of our latest installment. In that episode, we described an experience my friend had regarding observing the reflection of the sun on a green chair at a time when she was feeling sad and anxious about the pandemic. After listening to this episode, she asked me to add, I remembered that I allowed myself to be tired and sad, and so to be embraced by the light and warmth of the sun. Giving myself that respite allowed me to get back on my feet and, forgive me for the pun, to stop seeing everything so dark. After, she reflected that sometimes it is good to experience negative emotions as well, that rejecting them by force only risks aggravating the situation. We wanted to share this idea because we think it can help us understand how we can use grounding to manage our emotions through acceptance.
Today's topic is related to the concept of grounding, right?
Yes, the key concept today is impermanence, which is associated with change and the anxiety that change can cause. The way we will describe the concept of impermanence today is influenced by a Buddhist perspective. Our goal is not to promote a specific religious practice or to promote an agnostic or atheist perspective.
Some Buddhist principles, such as impermanence, can be applied using a secular perspective or to enhance a religious experience. Let's take the cognitive process of attention as an example. Attention is a process that can enhance all types of experiences. If a person who practices a specific religion doesn't pay attention, she probably won't learn much from reading or from participating in an event. The same with impermanence. Understanding this concept has many applications without promoting or going against a particular faith.
Today's greeting goes to an American friend who lives in Maryland. Hi, Magda. Magda is a friend interested in learning Italian, and she also speaks Spanish and English. The concept of impermanence was part of a discussion we had in Italian on Duolingo events. Magda shared with us her reflection on the link between impermanence and suffering.
Impermanence means that life is always changing. Moments come and go. We humans can also experience many changes. If we don't learn to accept and adapt, we're bound to suffer.
If you're having a great vacation, you may suffer from being there when you think the vacation will end. We may suffer when we realize that one day we will die, or the people and animals we love may die. We can also suffer when we imagine a threat that may not even exist.
Thinking about the impermanence of things, the impermanence of life should also not be avoided. There's nothing morbid or inherently negative about thinking about change or even death. In fact, the inevitability of change and our own mortality can be an opportunity for us to understand how important it is to wake up, to become aware of those beautiful things in our life that we take for granted and often do not appreciate enough.
So both concepts, grounding and impermanence, can help us realize the gift of the present moment. We can learn to savor the wonderful things we have instead of being obsessed with the past or the future.
But that requires that we are willing to cultivate acceptance, appreciation, and gratitude. It is possible to welcome both the present and the ever-changing nature of life. By the way, these concepts are now making their way into clinical applications of psychology. Impermanence, suffering, acceptance, and gratitude are no longer considered esoteric concepts on the fringes of psychology.
Cultivating well-being is becoming an important goal for disciplines like psychology, and these concepts are making their way into organizations like companies and even governments.
People are starting to feel more encouraged to learn strategies to achieve a more balanced life and a more balanced approach to their psychophysical well-being. The principle of impermanence is a great tool that can help us find that balance.
Impermanence can help us regulate anxiety as we learn to accept that things change and that we cannot always be in control. On the other hand, impermanence can also help us find the energy to adapt as we deal with the things we can change.
The take-home message today is that the concept of impermanence can help us understand that although change is inevitable, we can, first, learn to cope with negative or undesirable aspects of change, and second, learn to enjoy the things we love in the present moment.
Once we realize the impermanence of life, we're better prepared to deal with change. Our topic for next week is closely related to today's concept of impermanence. The concept for next week is letting go, which is often the next step required after realizing the impermanence of things. If you think about it, attachment is the root of suffering. When we fail to let go, we deny the impermanence of life.
Remember, you can listen to this episode in Italian and Spanish as well. Consider supporting us with a small donation by visiting our website www.togrowhappy.com. The three words together, togrowhappy.com, where you can find all of our podcasts and transcripts for each episode. You can also help us by leaving a positive review on the platform you use to listen to this episode and share your thoughts with us.
We hope this episode can help you become happy. Goodbye.
Ciao.
Adios.